Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Vexelate, and today I'm bringing you my WWE TLC predictions for 2017. I haven't done a predictions video since, I believe, SummerSlam, so I missed a few, but we're going to get right into it with TLC. I am alone today. Usually I have some people. I didn't ask anyone. I'm just going to do this by myself, try to make it a quick video, but this should be an alright pay-per-view. They made a lot of changes to it, and apparently people think it's better after the changes. In my opinion, I think it was better before because you can see the Shield, and I actually wanted to see Sister Abigail, how they're going to do that. I mean, AJ Styles versus Finn Balor is going to be a good match, obviously, but like there's so much story to that, and they're just using it as a one-off filler on a B-show pay-per-view. I don't know, but apparently it's supposed to go for very, very long, and pay-per-view's on in a few hours, so the TLC kickoff match, Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. This one's kind of tough because it's a kickoff match where usually the faces always win. But on Raw, Sasha Banks has won like 3 times now. And maybe they're going to give Alicia the win because Sasha stood tall on Raw. But I'm just going to go with Sasha Banks. I don't think they're going to give Alicia a win over Sasha. I could be wrong. I don't know. But then we have a Cruiserweight tag team match, and we have Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. I don't remember who stood tall on Raw, but I do think that Cedric and Rich Swann are going to win. Usually when they have these just throwaway, I don't know, I'm not really too involved with the story off of 205 Live. Cedric Alexander, he's probably my favorite Cruiserweight, but still, he's just kind of being not utilized well at all. But I do think Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander are going to win. Once again, I don't remember who stood tall on Raw, so this is basically just a bold prediction, just picking who I think. I have no reason, just I'm going with Cedric and Rich Swann. They usually have faces win when they have these like tag team matches. At Extreme Rules, it was Alicia Fox and Noam Dar versus Sasha and Rich, and they had the faces win there. So now we have the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, and this is a tough one. We have Kalisto versus Enzo Amore. And ever since Neville lost the title for the first time, they've been kind of flip-flopping the title. It went from Neville to Akira to Neville to Enzo to Kalisto. And my prediction, back to Enzo off of, like, I believe it was like an 8-month reign from Royal Rumble to SummerSlam. But I do think Enzo Amore is going to win. I don't like him, but I don't know if I say I respect him, but I'm just gonna say he makes it fun to watch in like a bad way. Well, in a good way, but he's like, it's hard to explain. He's like he's a heel basically, but like he's pretty much a heel, and like he's annoying, but he makes you want to keep watching is basically what I mean. Like when he was in the middle of the ring and he was like, quote unquote, roasting everybody on the outside, that was very interesting to watch. And watching the lumberjack match to see if he'd win, that's entertaining to watch because you want to see him lose it, and you also want to see how he's going to do, so you want to keep him in like as a champion. And they main evented like 3 times in a row. And Kalisto, I think that was just a one-off thing because it was Eddie Guerrero's birthday or whatever, and Kalisto can't cut a promo to save his life. He said at TLC, I'm going to become the Cruiserweight Champion when he's already the champion. I mean, Kalisto, I do like him in ring. He's fine. It's just his promos are terrible. I liked when he was United States Champion and all that, and I do like him as Cruiserweight Champion, but I do think Enzo Amore is going to win it back. Raw Women's Championship match. Obviously, I'm going to go with Alexa. I always go with Alexa, like every single time, no matter what. And it's usually paid off. I think I've only been wrong like once or twice. But I mean, I think Mickie should win this because they could finally get Mickie back as a main eventer because she's just either a main eventer or she's not used at all. On SmackDown, she was the main eventer basically, and now she's not being used at all, and she should be getting used. And I mean, if she did drop the title to Mickie James, I wouldn't be too mad because they have a good story going there, and hopefully they have a good match. I don't know, though. I do think Alexa's going to retain, but I do think Mickie really needs to win because if she doesn't pick up the win, then where does she go? Back to being nothing, which is kind of sad. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of her, but it's like obvious that she shouldn't be like not being getting used a lot. Wow, that's a sentence. She shouldn't be not getting utilized. That's not even a proper sentence, but either way. Asuka is obviously going to beat Emma. It's just, they always do this with Braun Strowman. They had him build up against people like jobbers and like James Ellsworth and stuff. They're doing the same for Asuka. I don't know why. Put her, even if they put her against the top star, let's say they put her against Sasha Banks or Alexa Bliss or Bayley or Nia Jax, we're still always going to think Asuka's going to win. So, I mean, it's not much difference. Asuka's going to win against everyone, obviously. And now the two changes, the Demon Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. I said in the beginning of the video how I felt about this match, and I do think Finn Balor is going to win. AJ Styles wouldn't switch from SmackDown to Raw and just get a random win, especially when he's the Demon. AJ Styles can afford the loss. It wouldn't make sense for Finn Balor to lose as the Demon to a SmackDown competitor that the story isn't going to continue, at least for now with, so I say Finn Balor is going to win. And now the most clusterfuck of a match ever. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and Kurt Angle versus The Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Kane. This one's tough because they have the 5-on-3, so it makes you want to say the 5 is going to win. But then again, you have people like The Miz and Kane, and I'm a huge fan of Kane, but WWE, they don't really care if he takes a loss. They don't really care if The Miz takes a loss. Cesaro and Sheamus, they care about a little bit, and they obviously aren't going to have Braun Strowman getting pinned, but I do think the team of Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose are going to win. I don't think they'd have Kurt Angle lose his return match, which kind of sucks he returned, if I'm being honest, because I'd rather have a build-up to his return and a huge feud going instead of, hey, 3 days before TLC, by the way, your GM is coming to fight after 11 years, possibly one of the fan favorites overall ever, best fan favorite. He's just going to come like that. I prefer the long build-up story, but, you know, I'll take it. People are kind of complaining. This pay-per-view has turned into a huge clusterfuck, if I'm being honest, and hopefully it's good. I say it was better when Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns were going against him, and it was Sister Abigail. I really wanted to see Sister Abigail, and that would have been a really tough one to predict. The Demon versus the debut of Sister Abigail, that would have been tough to predict. But either way, those are my predictions. Quick recap, I went for Sasha Banks, Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann, Enzo Amore, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Finn Balor, and the team of Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.